Phone problems are fixed. My soundboard went out, and that was the issue there. So, in the meantime, I'm going to be using my Samsung G-Track Pro microphone, which I know you guys don't care about, but I do. How about now? Can you hear me now, Joe? All right. So I'm just checking. I'm just trying to get back at least into stereo sound. It's not. This is not. This is of the. There's different types of microphones. One is the kind that you normally see me using, and that's the kind that has this kind of plugs in the back, and like this. It's XLR microphone is what they call it, and this is what you see like a lot of the other shows people use, and they're not bad microphones. These are called USB microphones, where they just have a little USB cord and it plugs in. So it's not you're not going to get professional sound quality, but the quality of these have gone up, in recent years. Very, very good. It's like there's a bunch of different brands that are really good. There's the Blue brand, which are very good, and this is the Samsung. It's just like kind of maybe a little bit of better than that, but it's all personal preference. But you guys know I like my Heil microphone. You see me use all the time, which maybe it heard me talking about replacing it, so maybe it did. Anyways, I'm gonna call the people. It's gonna take me a while to get a new soundboard, but in the meantime, we're gonna do the best that we can with what we have, and that's what we always do. We don't make excuses. We just give out free picks and talk sports. I'm gonna get this into a mic stand that I like a little better, or raise it up. I like I like the in your face. I'll use my Pick Dogs cards. I got this. Yeah, I mean, mine is. How about now? Can you guys hear me now? Just let me know, and I will. I'll set it. I could change the settings here. This is, like I said, that you guys know this is a different microphone than I'm used to using. It's not bad. It still sounds good. I always sound good. I'm like Barry White, it's just no matter I could read the phone book here. Some people can't stand their own voice. I have the opposite. People can't stand my voice. So yeah, it's weird. That was such a weird text. So I was going to just use my other little camera and just go outside and do it. Is what I was. That was the next plan. Then I was like, how can we kind of just do it so we can get the. Now you can't hear Joe. Oh, I see. So, all right. Let me. I know what we gotta do. Speak now, Joe.
Can you guys hear me? Let me know.
You gotta be able to hear her now. No.
Yeah, you guys must be able to.
Nope. Yes.
Yes.
All right. So what it is that with my soundboard. So normally I use this soundboard in front of me. You guys, you guys don't usually see it, but it has all kinds of lights and everything that goes on with it. And there's just a different
Yeah.
settings for it. But we're not like we don't claim to be these audio superstars. We just try and do the best that we can with what we have, and we never skimp on this sort of stuff. It's the nice thing. This is the stuff my wife complains about. Lying around the house. I have a whole closet full of this stuff over here.
Oh, I couldn't
But
even imagine how much stuff you have in that
but
closet.
as it turns out, it ended up being a savior today. And I'll probably have to use this for the time being.
Yeah.
Until we get in touch with our friends at Rode and see if they can fix it. So it's either that cord. It could just be this cord. I mean, it could just be this one.
Yeah. And let's hope that is all it is.
Yeah, this I can get at the local guitar store
Yeah.
at Bounty Music. But I don't think that's it. I think it's that other one because well, no, it could be that. I don't
It could
know if
be.
I don't know if I have another one of those cords to try it. I must have one somewhere. Anyways, we're doing the NFL Week 10 opening lines. We don't have as much time as we had hoped. I had to reboot my computer, so now I really don't know where I'm at with stuff. I'm going to have to reopen my screens.
Oh, I hate that.
Yep. Well, Apple has a nice feature. It's reopen all last closed windows, and so does Chrome. So the problem is that I always have a million browsers open.
Well, yeah. Can you believe we're going into week 10? I cannot.
I thought yesterday was really one of the more fun. Yeah, I didn't win every game. I won a bunch. I won a bunch that I gave out as premium picks. I won a bunch that I didn't give out as premium picks, and it is what it is on NFL Sunday. I had a winning day, but I thought it was a great day as a fan, where you see the teams like, oh, the Cowboys, are they going to win them all? They're going to be the best team in the NFC. You see like the ESPN and stuff. Oh, they're going to the Super Bowls and stuff. And I've been saying all along, it's way too early to be talking about that stuff. It is way too early. And, here we are. The Cowboys lost. The Rams lost. The
Bills lost to the Jaguars.
The Titans looking like the team to beat in the AFC.
Absolutely.
Clearly. And in the NFC, it's still Tom Brady. It still goes through Tom Brady any way you slice
Absolutely.
it. Dak Prescott might, whatever. It goes through Tom Brady. We saw it yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, we absolutely did. What about my Chargers pulling out the win against the Eagles?
Oh yeah, they're not dead
yet.
That
was a battle.
They're not dead yet, and it's kind of like we saw them start to do a lot of the things that they had stopped doing.
Yeah.
And that was throwing over the middle. That's what that's what they were doing effectively. And then, they did hit a couple of those out patterns to the sidelines, but they went back to throwing over the middle. And that really is where Herbert is at his best.
Absolutely. He's so effective in that.
Yeah, he can find the guy who's just open. He just hits them every single time. And they're catching those passes. And then it opened up the running games on our morning show. Kevin Thomas was talking about how he felt that, they would shut down those running lanes for Eckler. But because the passing game was working, those running lanes were there. And
Absolutely.
He was ripping off nice runs. Definitely was the difference maker there.
Yeah.
So weird with this microphone and setup, I have to say. It's just like my voice is so in my face on this.
Throwing you for a loop, Mitch.
Yeah, let's see. So that's a little bit better for me right there. It's like this microphone for this type of microphone has like a million dials on it. Like most of these microphones, they just have one or two, but this one has a lot of different settings and switches. So it's like you have to get it just right.
I like it.
Well, we'll get it. I think I can.
Your sound sounds good.
I think I can take it off of this stand and put it back on my other stand. So that'll probably give me at least the comfort level with where I'm at. Of having at least my mic stand with my microphone in it, which I like. Everyone has their own style. Like Joe has the big arm stand, for hers. I have like the boom arm I like for mine.
Yeah.
And some people have the one that just comes up here. You see you see all different ways you see it done. I'm just more upset about my board.
Yeah, that is very strange.
It was weird. But anyways, let's look at NFL opening lines. Of course, tomorrow starts college basketball. I was going to do a ton of videos, but actually I decided to reel it in. I'm not going to do that many. It's like I know a good amount, and I figure maybe cover the ranked teams and maybe a few of the other TV games. So maybe do like 10 or 15 videos, not 25 or 30 like I was going to do.
Yeah.
Still, we'll do a bunch.
I think that's a good plan, Mitch.
It is a good plan. It's the only plan.
It's what we're doing, so either way.
Yep.
Right?
It'll still be twice as much as what everybody else does. We know that. But let's get to the NFL lines. Of course, Steelers and Bears yet to play tonight. But we got the Dolphins and the Ravens on Thursday night. The Dolphins 7.5-point home dogs in this one, coming off of the win against the Texans. Dolphins now have 2 wins on the season. They beat the Patriots and the Texans. It's been a long time in between. Of course, Tua did not play in that game. So I don't think this mic sounds that bad. listening to
No,
it.
it actually sounds good.
Yeah, I think it sounds pretty good. It's just
Yeah.
a mic is like a total preference thing, and this one just has a different sound than my
Yeah.
other mic, right? My other mic has like a deeper, like, it's, this one is more like a lighter sound,
Yeah. Absolutely.
Hi, Carrie.
Yeah, so this Thursday night game is going to be interesting. The only concern I have for the Ravens in this is they're coming off a hard-fought battle that we saw on Sunday over the Vikings that went to overtime. I think this is going to be it's going to be a hard game, especially in Miami. We all know these teams traveling to Miami do have a tougher time winning there. So I don't know, Mitch. This is one I'm not looking to jump on right now. I'm hoping for some line movement, some more money to come on the Ravens and to push this line higher so I can get Miami with the points.
I have another board. You're right. I do have another board.
Nice.
No, that's not it. It's a big box. Yeah, I bought it. I bought it off Kickstarter, and it came like 2 years later, and I'd already bought another board.
I'll look for it.
I like it.
Yep. I always buy stuff
Yeah,
off Kickstarter, and then it's like, my wife's always like, what is this coming from wherever? I'm like, oh, yeah, I bought that 3 years ago on Kickstarter. But it's always something really fun, This is an entire soundboard and mic setup and everything.
Okay.
But it's not as good as this one, It's not. But it is. I think it will do the trick for this, though. I think it will do what we need it to do.
Absolutely. That's a good thing.
While we're waiting for this, and I could at least use my hi-ho microphone, which I love.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyways, I think the Dolphins here against the Ravens. The Ravens playing a lot of close games. They're not a good cover team.
Yeah.
3-5 against the number this year. The Dolphins 3-5-1 against the number. I don't know. What do you think, Joe? The Dolphins just always get roasted.
Yeah, so it's one of those games where the Dolphins should, because you have Lamar Jackson and company. This Ravens team is so good, but they're not covering, and they're coming off a really hard game on Sunday. So at this point, I'm wanting the line to move and come in on the Ravens, this line to go up, and then to grab Miami with the points. I'm hoping this goes up to an 8.
I'm thinking about the soundboard, and it's like, at least
You're thinking about this game. You're like, I don't care right now. I need my sound better.
At least I'll be able to test my cables, because if it doesn't work through that board, then it's the cables, which is easy. It's an easy fix. I can just go to Bounty Music.
Yeah.
Right down on. Got to drive into town, 25 minutes, but so what. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. I think the Dolphins are going to cover at home in this one. I think they're going to lose, but I think they'll cover.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Teams going to Miami have a harder time winning. Look at when Brady was with the Patriots. He could never win in Miami. And I know he's had better luck now as a Buck, but it's a very hard place to go into and win. And I think it's because of the nightlife. That's what I've heard from all the ex-players. Everyone says, no, they don't go out and party. 100% they go out and party in Miami.
Yeah, so someone here in the comment charged words saying claw their way back with some MLS after the bloodbath. But we actually hit really big on that second halftime. I had ended up like, it wasn't like my best day as far as record-wise. It's one of those things that's just, and this is the argument that Brian and I really do have behind the scenes, is that Brian believes in the slow and steady approach, and me, I'm a home run hitter. And that's the difference in our styles. And my old business partner, we were the same way. He was slow and steady, and he's like, I don't want to take the big risk. Me, I'd rather swing for the fences, because it's like, I don't know when I'm going to get that pitch, ever again. So it's like, I got to take advantage of it while it's there. And I always say, you guys will hear me say this all the time, the same guys that lead in strikeouts lead in home runs, lifetime list. So, and hits. Big hits and championships and all of those things. I don't know. How about the Titans against the Saints?
You mean the Titans?
Yeah, the Titans are really...
Let them keep rolling.
The 3-point home favorites here. Not a lot of faith in the Titans, still. And the Saints coming off of that bad loss, to the Falcons. They're 2-2 against the number on the road. 3-1 straight up on the road this season. That one loss, of course, was that beatdown in Carolina that they took.
Yeah, I don't know why the books are undervaluing the Titans so badly here. Who's even going to show up for the Saints for a quarterback? This is a team there is no way I think is going to roll into Tennessee and beat the Titans. The Titans are just way too hot right now. Unless they're looking ahead for a major game. I haven't looked at their upcoming schedule, but I don't see it happening.
So premium members, I created a new emoji that's
Oh, I love
available.
it.
You guys got to, if you guys could just hit that new emoji, I'd like for someone to see it.
Okay, and now we look at this. The Titans don't have anyone big on deck. They've got the Texans next on deck. It's not like they're going to be in a look at ahead situation. They're home for their next two games. Give me the Titans all day long against the Saints team.
I'm 5-0 here on my post. I don't know what that means. 5-0 on my post. Here on my post. I don't know. No, that's not the new emoji. The new emoji is a Brian emoji.
Oh, awesome.
Yep. It's a new one's in a Brian one I made. I was showing somebody how to make emojis, and I just made it. And it's Brian.
I used it. What does it say?
It says, "That's so," and then it's a picture of a square.
I love it. That's so square.
Do you see it?
Perfect.
Do you see it?
Yeah, I do.
It says, "That's so square."
I absolutely love it.
Yeah, the Titans. It's like the problem I have here is that I don't want people to. It's like this is a good thing we have going. So it's like, do we want people to jump on board? It's like, oh, they're going to be in a letdown spot after beating the Rams. I think that's more what I want to hear, because we have had a nice run here, 7-2 against the number with the Titans so far this season.
Yeah,
they have been a money machine. Speaking of a team that's been on the run, New England Patriots. Have been rolling. They're now 5-4 on the season. Still 1-4 at home, straight up. But 2-3 against the number at home. While the Cleveland Browns now 5-4, back in the mix. No more, well, Baker Mayfield's, it's his fault and all that other stuff. Now all of a sudden, all the world as well. The nice thing is now that we're a couple, most of the good teams are a couple losses in now. They don't just have one loss. Now the good teams have two losses. Now the world is normal again. They act like these teams are never going to lose and all this other stuff.
yeah.
I mean, the Packers, even though Aaron Rodgers didn't play, they have two losses. Everyone but the Cardinals now have two losses. And why aren't the Cardinals mentioned as the best team in the league when they have the best record and they've beaten good teams, and they did it without their best player and they're at second best. They beat them without their best receiver, without their best player.
Absolutely. Oh, I don't know. Like, we're looking at this Browns team. Both of these teams, playoff implications here. They're both still fighting for that. You look at the Browns, they have the Lions coming up. That would be no, that's not Thanksgiving. That's November 21st. Patriots this week.
There it is.
I don't know. I almost think the spread is too many points. I want to take the Browns plus the points in this one.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with I think I'm going to take the Patriots here. I just like the way, boy, it's a tough one. Nick Chubb's really running the ball well, but I could see Belichick coming up with a good scheme for Baker Mayfield with Mac Jones against that pass rush. I'm going to go with the Browns here too. Money line.
Yeah, I really think they can get this job done. We look at their schedule coming up. They have Sunday night game, and then they have the Falcons on Thursday night football. So the Patriots, I think, might be in a little bit of a look ahead spot. Thursday night football is a huge deal. They're focusing on something.
Definitely is. And it's also, that short week that they'll have to practice.
Yeah. I definitely think it will mean more to this team to beat the Falcons on Thursday than to beat the Browns, even though it is a huge spot for playoffs here. I think they let this one slide.
I'm thinking it could be my also. See, I have like a mini. Oh, there it is. No, this is not. No, this is a USB mic cable.
It's USB cable and there's a microphone.
Oh, but there's not a regular microphone. What's that?
This.
Oh, this is a lab mic. That's nice.
Are you not? Should you be doing this right now?
I'm on the show.
I know. Do you
I'm
know
on the
you're
air.
doing this right
It's
now?
okay.
Yeah, Carrie, no swearing over there about those Colts, eh?
No swearing about the Colts. Those Colts. I told everyone.
I just knew it.
I told everyone on my show that coach is a dick.
I love it.
Yeah, we got the Lions against the Steelers. The Steelers will be on the short week after playing on Monday night, and the Lions just short on luck. 4-4 on the season against the number, but 0-8 in the win-loss column.
It seems like too many points with the Steelers on a shorter week. I really think I have to take the Lions plus the points, but I'm going to completely Ruffalo this game because I will not put any money on Jared Goff ever again in my life.
I'm betting big on the Steelers. I don't even care what happens tonight. I don't care if Ben Roethlisberger gets knocked out for the season. I'm on the Steelers in that one. I'm going to continue to bet against the Lions. We got the Colts. Those Colts up against the Jaguars. Those of you that don't know what I'm talking about with the Colts, my wife did the impersonation of me.
Yeah, I think this is going to be an interesting one while you pull that up, Mitch. I really think everyone's going to be humping up on the Jaguars to cover against the Colts here after we saw them win in their last game. It's not happening. They're not going to have 2 weeks in a row where they come out and get a big win over a team, let alone a cover over this Colts team.
So this was it. This was my wife.
Colts, that fucking coach. I just knew we were going to win. It's going to be the worst beat I've ever had.
I love it.
That
What
was
a good sport she is.
My wife imitating me watching the game. Those Colts.
It's absolutely perfect. She's a good trooper.
Oh, man. Who do you think would be favored on neutral field, the Lions or the Washington Generals? Oh, man. The Lions would probably be favored, but it doesn't mean. Cowboys 7-1 against the spread. Yeah, well, that just means that they're due for regression. It doesn't mean they're going to continue to cover spreads. It means they're due for a regression. I don't know. The Jags played really tough in that game against Buffalo. Indy's going to have all that time off. I know Al McMorty has a stat on this, you know.
Yeah.
He has one. We'll have to go back and look at it. But the Jags, their defense looked really good in that game against Buffalo. So
I don't think they can do it 2 weeks in a row.
I don't either. I'm just,
You're just trying to be positive for them, and I'm not seeing it. I'm not believing it.
I think you have to. I knocked them, so it's like you have to give credit where credit is due. You know.
Oh, yeah, but
Joe's like, no, you don't.
you actually don't over this Jaguars team.
Well, you're in good position. You just need some Lions wins.
Yes, I do. Come on, the Lions.
So we've got the Cowboys and the Falcons. The Cowboys 9-point favorites in this one. They opened as a 10-point favorite, quickly dropped to 9. The Falcons coming off of a big road win against the Saints. This is back-to-back road games, but the Falcons 3-1 against the number on the road. The Cowboys 3-1 against the number at home. They did not look good. They looked like the Cowboys of last year, is what they looked like in that game against Denver team, who people in the YouTube comments were like, they traded away their captain, their best player. They have no chance. I don't know. I like the Falcons in this one. I can't stand the Cowboys.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think this is just way too many points. I know the Falcons are coming off a really hard game that was divisional, and they wanted that win so bad against the Saints. But I think in this one, it stays closer than this line has right here. So give me the Falcons plus the points.
Yeah, we've gone up and down about tonight's game already. So this is the early line show for next week. We did the tonight's game on the morning show. I did a video on it. Joe and I did we did this show last week, and then we did the Circa Westgate line, and then we also did the Friday show with Tony T. So we covered that game 6 times. I'm good.
Yeah, so go look at the bookmarks.
I even have a premium pick on the side, so I'm good.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I've done my part on tonight's game. Yeah. I think like I put myself out there. I gave a free pick on the total. I have a premium pick on the side. I did 5, covered it on 5 shows. I'm good. I feel good about it. I feel like we've done our part. I'll speak for Joe on that one.
We have.
I think
again, it's bookmarked from this morning. You can hear Mitch's, mine, Rod, and Brian's thoughts on tonight's game.
But mine's the best.
It absolutely is. You know it, Mitch.
Be sure to smash that like button. We've got a bunch of dislikes going on here.
We got 2.
Solid.
Okay, we normally get 4. There's normally that one person that dislikes it 4 times.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
One creep?
Yeah, probably.
We could probably. I think one day we had 50. That was the record.
Yeah, because I kept saying offense.
Joe, you tell that Joe Madden to learn English. It's offense. It's like
now I just want to sit here and go, offense? Offense. See how many times I can say it in one sentence just to drive that person crazy. I think I've got that from you, Mitch.
Anyways, let's see. Got the what a crazy day this is. We got the Jets against the Bills. The Jets 13-point home dogs against the Bills, who just got beat, and the Jets, coming off that loss against the Colts. Those Colts. 2-6 on the season. Divisional game. The Bills really, when they've looked bad, they really have looked bad.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no in between for this team. They don't just play a half shitty game. They play a completely shitty one. But I think this is a bounce back for the Bills. I do not see the Jets. We saw the Jets beat the Titans in that one game that I'm still shaking my head over. But I think this is a Bills game. I think they cover this, and they cover this big. They take out all their anger of their last loss on the Jets here.
It's a tough one.
No, it's not. Don't look past this past weekend.
All
if
right.
it wasn't for this past weekend, it's a pretty clear and simple, cut and dry answer. The Buffalo Bills win it. They screwed up majorly this weekend. They're not going to do it again.
So, how about, I'm not sure on this one. How about the Washington against Tampa? Washington plus 9.5 against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay coming off the bye week.
This is a hard one. I would want to look at some stats on how Tampa does off a bye, because we've looked at these last couple of weeks, especially, you look at the Steelers off a bye and how they do against the spread and everything like that. My gut tells me this is just a point or two too many for the Bucs to cover off a bye. But again, this is one I'm going to need to look into further. What about you, Mitch?
I think that I like the Bucs a lot. I really don't like the way Washington has played this season. They've been terrible. So it's they've just been really, really bad.
Yeah.
So
We do have both these teams coming off a bye, though. Washington is off a bye too, so they've had that extra time to prepare as well.
Yeah, I'm definitely going with the Bucks.
Okay.
I think you give Tom Brady that week off, he's going to be sharp.
Yeah.
Got the Cardinals against the Panthers. Kyler Murray probably going to be back for this one. Colt McCoy certainly did a nice job. So, up here against a Panthers team that really is struggling. I mean, there's no other way to put it.
Yeah, give me the Cardinals minus the points. I have no faith in this Panthers team right now. I really did at the start of the season, and they keep letting me down. I think the Cardinals are just on fire, and nothing's going to stop them, especially the Panthers.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Cardinals here. 10 points is a ton, though.
Yeah.
So, I mean, against that defense, but I think it should be fine. I don't know. It's so hard, right? 10 points, just a ton.
It is so hard, but we just talked about the Bucks and Washington, and you were all over Brady coming off that bye against Washington off the bye.
Washington's terrible. I think
so are the Panthers right now. The Panthers are absolutely terrible right now.
Washington is worse.
Them,
as bad as the Panthers are,
yeah,
Washington's
true.
Twice as bad. They are so bad. It's like they don't if you look at they have Chase Young, right? But what else do they have? Like name one offensive player that could start for the Rams or something.
No, they don't.
There's not
have
one
anyone.
skill position player that could start for another team. Like, at least the Panthers have McCaffrey, but they don't have much either. Believe me, they're nothing to.
Yeah, I'm still gonna go with the Cardinals in this. Cardinals are too hungry. They've got so much to prove. Kyler Murray will be back. He's got so much to prove. I see them blowing out the Panthers in this one.
It's a tough one. We got the Chargers and the Vikings, and the Chargers minus 2.5 here against the Vikings. All of a sudden, the Chargers now 5-3, so they're really right back in the mix of things, especially in that division where the Raiders have now lost to the Giants to reel themselves back there. The Chiefs hardly world beaters. I think the Chargers. This division is still up for grabs, and the Broncos beating the Cowboys yesterday. I mean, I think this division is way up for grabs.
Absolutely, I see this being a 3-point game. I think the Chargers can win it. It's going to be a tough-out battle. I think it comes down to last possession on the field. I see this one going over the total, and whoever gets that ball last, whoever manages the clock best.
The thing I've noticed about the Chargers this year, even though they have some bad losses, not necessarily bad losses. I mean, look at who they lost to. So they lost to the Browns, who have a winning record. They lost to the Patriots, who have a winning record, and the Cowboys, who have a winning record. They lost to 3 teams with winning records. There's no loss there to the Jets or something, right? I mean, there's no loss to the Eagles. There's no loss to really bad teams. So they don't have any of those. But you have the Vikings on the other side. The thing about the Chargers, why they've been down the last few years, is they've had those losses, those really bad ones, and also the weird losses. It's like those weird, inexplicable losses that you could watch the game 100 times and you could just take out the last 5 minutes of the game and you would say that they had outplayed the other team thoroughly, enough to win the game, over and over and over again. And the difference between the Chargers a few years ago that went 11-5 or 12-4, and the difference between the Chargers that went 4-12 were minimal. We're just one play per game. Really, was the difference.
Absolutely,
in all this.
They lost so many games within one score,
and it
was like every single game, season in, season out, by one score.
Yeah, and they've eliminated a lot of that from this season, and they've lost to 3 good teams. And I think even if you lose on those one score, whatever one play like that against the good teams, that's okay. Those are going to happen, over the course of the season, as long as you get a win in some of those as well. But the Vikings on the other side, they're losing those exact same ways in those exact same games. The missing the chip shot field goal in Arizona, losing in overtime in Cincinnati, blowing that lead against the Cowboys last week in a game they had them dead to rights, blowing a gigantic lead in Baltimore in the Battle of the Purple Teams. It was, they find the weirdest ways to lose games. And
absolutely,
that's a really bad thing. And that's something that if anyone kind of management there, and they do have strong ownership, will say, well, that's something that if we had a good coach, they could change that.
Yeah.
That would make
I completely agree with you. They're shooting themselves in the foot.
Yep. They're shooting themselves
over and
in
over
the foot.
again. Yeah.
Well, the Packers are back on the field. I don't think Aaron Rodgers will be playing in that game.
When is Wilson back?
He should be back soon as well. I'm way pro Rodgers. I'm way pro Rodgers. I don't make a lot of political statements or stances or any of that stuff, but I'm way pro Rodgers. Way pro.
Yeah.
And I think that Stephen A. Smith on ESPN should be embarrassed. Puppet.
Yeah.
Because Disney,
how far is the hand off his ass?
it's Disney's policy, so it must be right. If I want my paycheck, you have options. You have options. Your options are to do what we do. Right? If you're so great, then you should be no problemo, man.
Absolutely.
I always respected him, but I'm losing it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe how much respect I've lost for people in the media lately. So, not Aaron Rodgers, though.
No, it's
hats off to him.
Yeah, for at least taking a stand.
Yeah. Not being a puppet.
Yeah. Everyone likes.
Yeah, I'm still giving it to the Packers here.
Everyone likes Joe Smile, but she is a serious capper. Don't get it twisted.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
She's serious. She's got a bad attitude. Trust me.
I know. I do have bad attitude. Mitch was telling me all about it before when the sound wasn't working.
When the sound wasn't working, it's like, it's your attitude. She's like, just say we're doing sound tests. Like, your attitude stinks. It's my sound test. It's not what you said. It's your attitude. It's not what you did. It's your attitude, and it stinks.
I love it. Yeah, I'm still gonna go with the Packers here. I really think they're at home. Give me the Packers. Cover the spread. I don't care if Wilson is back or not. He's not going to be 100% if he is back. He hasn't been able to throw with this hand at all. I don't think he's been out at practices or anything.
He is probable. I like the Seahawks in this one to at least cover.
Okay.
I usually follow her play on the VIP for Joe.
Thank you.
Wow. There you have it.
Make sure you join us at the bottom of the hour for the VIP show, guys.
Just a few minutes away due to our tech difficulties. Got the Denver Broncos taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Denver coming off the big win in Dallas. The Eagles coming off of the tough home loss in a game that everyone thought they had a real good shot at beating those Chargers.
Yeah, except for us.
I love Denver in this one.
Yeah, so do I. I really think this Eagles team is overrated, and they're given more respect than they deserve. I think the Denver Broncos come out and win this one.
Yeah, I'm an Eagles hater. I'm on the Broncos here. Las Vegas against Kansas City. This one is now a lot more interesting than it was. The way the Raiders played against the Giants, it was one of those games where same thing like we just mentioned with the Chargers and the Vikings. They beat themselves.
Yeah.
They beat themselves, and we were watching the game here during the halftime show, and Derek Carr slid short of the first down, and I threw a golf tee I had on my desk at the TV, during the show. I just couldn't believe it because it was really the room was there. He could have gone the extra 2 yards and slid right there. He would have been fine.
Yeah.
If anything, he might have gotten hit, and it would have been a penalty. They would have gotten half the distance from there. It would have been on the 1 yard line instead of the 2 yard line. That was the worst thing that was going to happen. And I mean, that's when your team needs you. And they ended up having to kick the field goal there, and they missed it. It was the shortest miss of a field goal in the entire NFL this season, 25 yards.
That was embarrassing. That was an embarrassing miss.
It's embarrassing because if you think about it, right, for a field goal in the NFL, the ball is 7 yards behind, or 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and then it's another 10 yards that the goalpost is deep into the end zone. So it's 17 yards right there. So it's barely over that. It's shorter than an extra point.
Yeah.
It's just pathetic.
Yeah, I agree with you. But I think this was one of those games where the Raiders just had a bad day, and I think they have a huge bounce back from this. This Kansas City team, I do not believe in at all, one bit. I have to give it to the Raiders, especially on prime time Sunday night. I think they come out and they give it to KC 100%. Vegas, they're at home. This is going to be a good game. I think the Chiefs go home with a big loss in this one. I think Raiders beat them by at least a touchdown. So giving me them at 2.5 all day long.
More good news out of the Las Vegas Raiders. First-round draft choice Damon Arnett has been cut. Congratulations.
Yeah. Just uttering death threats.
Yeah, just really good stuff. So those of you that do that to me in emails and stuff, and you wonder why I get so upset, you take it so personally. Well, this is how our society sees it as acceptable.
Yeah. It's not acceptable. Never is.
But we're starting to see, 2 first-round draft choices now, in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I still think this Kansas City team is deplorable.
Oh, they're terrible.
I don't see them getting it together.
Terrible.
Yeah. And I think the difference will come from Vegas's defense. And I think it's probably going to be a lower scoring game because we know the Raiders have been screwing up putting the points on the board, and Kansas City's defense is not good. Their offense can't get anything together.
Nope. I like Vegas on the money line.
Yeah.
And then Monday Night Football. The Rams travel to San Francisco, take on the 49ers, who have not won a home game all season. I've talked about Jimmy Garoppolo at length since before the season started. I've talked about Trey Lance at length since draft day. They have no answers. Kyle Shanahan has the vote of confidence there, but my guess he's going to be coaching USC or something next year.
Yeah, I agree with you. We look at this line. It opened at 3. It's now 4-point favorite for the Rams. I think they do it all day long. Big game for them. This 49ers team isn't getting a win at home in this day.
Do you think that Vegas or you think the NFL starting to regret a little bit about having an NFL team in Vegas?
Absolutely.
Starting to say maybe it wasn't as good an idea as we thought it was.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
I mean, it just seems to be really inviting problems.
Trouble? Yeah. Oh, it absolutely is. I can imagine being a young, newly drafted player and living in Vegas and everything that comes along with that. It would be the same sort of thing, I guess, in Miami as well. You put a team in somewhere like Green Bay, they're not finding the trouble that they would find in Vegas.
No, they're not. And so that's about it for our opening line show. Any comments out there? Any questions? Anything you guys want to see? Everyone entering the Become a Capper contest. I'm really excited about the Become a Capper contest. I'm umming, but The Become a Capper contest will be taking place starting December 1st. No need to email me and ask me when the contest is. I'm telling you right now, it's December 1st. We'll be adding 2 new cappers to our website, and they'll come from that contest. At least hopefully we'll be adding 2 new cappers.
Yeah.
Just because you win, it doesn't mean you're absolutely 100% guaranteed. You'll have to meet certain criteria in order to do that, and it doesn't mean that you'll remain a handicapper there forever, but we will keep you there, at least on a trial basis.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Joe and I will have the rules together for you this week, and you'll have plenty of time to enter. I think we will probably accept late entries, but you'll have to start at square zero, and I guess, I guess it depends. We'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, we most definitely will. I want to thank everyone who joined us and watched here for our early lines.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Impressions.
Sorry about the tech difficulties, but somehow we always manage to get it done. I'll figure this one out. We always do. But thanks everyone for joining us. Have an awesome day. And what is this? Oh, this is the power. All right, and we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's college football opening lines. That's with Ron Romanelli, and then tonight it's.
We're not kicking anyone out, are we? 2 new in, 2 old out.
It's not like English soccer where we relegate, we'll relegate you to Pick Dog Memo or something, to our shit site. It's like, we'll relegate you to Pick Dog Memo. It's like it's our shit JV team or something, It's like, I don't know. No, we're not going to do that. It's like,
we'll just have 2 more new ones in the Pick Dog.
It's like we have a AAA team, our Pick Dog. It's our main team, and then we'll just relegate them down. It's like, I don't even understand that, but whatever. If people
We're
are
not kicking anyone out. Everyone's still going to be here.
People are willing to do it. Is apparently what we found out. But thanks everyone for joining us. Have an awesome day. We'll see you guys at halftime. Monday Night Football VIP members. We'll see you guys in just a few minutes.